So I was at the gym, right? And every day before I go to the gym, I do my best to train to the necessity of where I am right now in my journey of fitness. So I go and get on the elliptical. I do 1.5 miles before my weight training, and then I do my weight training, and then after the weight training, I go back and I do another 1.5 miles to equal up a total of 3 miles every single time I go and hit the gym to continue to further what I'm doing to get to my destination quicker and more efficient. So when I got to the gym today, I ended up loving the position I always get to get in because the gym has these big mirrors all around the gym, right? And you're able to see yourself. You know, a lot of people, they just be flexing and looking at themselves, because, they feeling themselves. But there's a lot of times where you get to look at yourself and you examine yourself and you're able to see what you need to work on, what maybe you're putting in too much work over here, where you need to balance things out. But one of my big reasons of why I love it, especially when I'm doing cardio, because cardio has always been the main thing that I don't like, but I have to continue to push it in my mind that, this is what I need right now. So I was on the machine, on the elliptical, and I was doing my 1.5 miles, and I'm always right in front of the mirror. And I love it because every day you wake up, it's you versus you. You have to be able to overcome yourself daily. So that means sometimes you have to put in the extra work into the things that you don't like so you can dominate that and always look back and remember those times that I've already overcame this. This is nothing to me. I can do it again. And so I'm sitting there, I get to stare myself in the face every time because I am my only enemy. I am my only downfall. I am the only person that can make me not go to the gym. I'm the only person that can make me not go for my goals. I'm the only person that can hold myself back in any area of life. I don't care if it's sales. I don't care if it's in the gym. I don't care if it's certain goals and dreams you're working on. I don't care if it's a daycare center. Whatever it is, you have to be able to overcome yourself daily. So I'm sitting there watching myself. I'm going, I'm getting it. I'm sweating. Everything's hot. Everything's dripping. And as I'm sitting there, I'm looking at myself and I'm talking to myself in my head and I'm telling myself, keep going. You got it, because you always got that little voice in your head that's telling you, hold up. Nah, you don't really want to do this. You know what I'm saying? You're getting tired. It's getting hard. Just go ahead and chill out, man. Just chill out and come back and do the rest later. No, I take it straight on. But after I got done with my first 1.5 miles, and I always end up going to usually the same machine, I go and do my weight training, and then I go and come back after my weight training, and then I go to do my next final 1.5 miles, right? So I go and get up to the machine, and when I go and get over there to them, somebody's on the machine that I usually always use. And I was like, oh, dang it. So I go and I was going to go to the next one. And then once I looked down, the whole entire row is taken. So I was like, man, I had to go to the complete other side of the gym in an area that I don't usually ever go. So sometimes in the pursuit of your goals, you're going to have to get a little uncomfortable and go into places that you're not normally familiar with. I had to go all the way over to a different area. So I could have been like, whatever, I'll just do the rest of it tomorrow. But I said, no, I'm driven, I'm determined, I'm disciplined. So I said, forget it. I'm just not going to go on the one that I'm normally on. I'm going to go down the way and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, whatever. I'm going to do it on this other machine. The machine does the same thing. It does the same thing. It's just a different area. So sometimes it might be a little uncomfortable, but you just got to go ahead and do it. So I go over and get into the machine, right? And like I said, I love being able to see myself, stare myself down in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going to stop me. I'm only going to be the one to stop me. That means I'm going to get my goals, baby. So I go and get up on the machine and I go and start. I start the machine and then I look up to see myself in the mirror. And I'm like, dang it. I end up going in the one machine where literally one mirror ends and then it's a big space of a wall and then after another mirror begins. I was right in the middle where I couldn't see myself. And I was like, this is my goal. This is what I love to do, is to be able to see myself and to push myself. So what I began to think about is I was like, I can't see my goal. I can't see my target. I was like, but I know in my mind what I'm after. I know in my mind what I'm going for. So I literally had to go and speak to myself now in a different way because I'm in a different place. I'm on a different machine. So now my talk has to be different. I had to begin to see myself without seeing myself. You see, you have to have not just sight, but you have to have vision. You got to be able to see it up here in your mind sometimes when you can't see it with your eyes. You see, I started going. I started going. I started still hitting up the same time, hitting up the same distance, hitting up the same amount of steps. And then what I realized as I continued to just keep going in my uncomfortableness, and when I wasn't able to go and see with my sight, but I was seeing with my vision, I had a target. But this is the thing, when you have no target, it's very hard to be able to visualize in your mind what you're going for. You can't hit when you don't have a target. You can't achieve when you don't have a goal. If you don't have a plan, you can't execute anything. You just continue to go through life. So I was on the machine. And then what I realized when I was pedaling, when I was going, when I was stepping, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I started to see my hand in the left side of the mirror. And then I was like, oh, and then I began to just lean over to the left a little bit. And I was like, there I am. I wasn't as far out as what I thought. And all I had to do was lean a little bit and I could see myself. And now what was so great is now I could see myself, and it gave me back more of the confidence that, we're still right here. We're still right here. We're still in it. Sometimes in life, when we're going towards our goals and we're going towards the things that we aspire to be and what we're trying to achieve, a lot of people end up calling it time out and quit when they have to go to a different area or do something different that they're not used to. Or sometimes when you go and get in an area and now it seems like there's a block in front of you, whether it's family or friends or any types of distractions, you now have this block where you can't see your goal. You can't see your target, and it makes you want to digress. It makes you want to pull back. It makes you want to stop and pause because now you feel like you don't have the same motivation. You feel like you don't have the same dedication. But I'm here to tell you, when I just leaned to the left and I started to see myself and I was like, there it is. I'm good. I'm good. Sometimes you got to be able to remind yourself, and it may not always be with sight, but you have to envision up in your mind and remember and repeat to yourself, these are my goals. This is why I'm doing this. If you don't have reasons for your goals, it's easy to get off track to what you've been called and what you've been on the pursuit of. But I was able to lean to the left and I seen myself and I was like, okay, bet, we're good. We still in there, man. And then I realized, I was like, why am I tripping anyway? I already know, and I'm already achieving and aspiring what I've been chasing, and I'm already going after it. I'm already making progress. So sometimes when we get in different areas, the vision may be different with our sight. Our sight may be different, but as long as we remember what we've seen in our mind and what we've seen and what we've been going for, we're going to be good. And then as I continue to just keep pushing, I didn't even have to see myself anymore because now I started to talk to myself different. I started to speak to my mind different. So I was now able to be back in control and keep going for the goal. You see, sometimes in life, you got to be able to speak to yourself even when you can't see it. Even when you're not there yet, you got to be able to go and look yourself in your mind and say, Josh, we can do this. Sarah, we can do this. John, Jacob, Tyrone, Andre, Samantha, we can do this. It doesn't matter what it looks like because we have it up here. You have it up here in your mind. Like right now, I can see my first $1 million coming in. I can see myself building the shelters to help the homeless. I can see myself on stages with thousands and thousands of people. I can see myself with a microphone in front of a stadium filled full of people. I can see myself speaking to the world. I can see myself on major tours on this new album that I'm about to release, going around and speaking and rapping to the people and inspiring souls. I see myself in college tours. I see myself speaking to college kids on stage. I see myself being able to continue to bring families back together, put fathers back in the home. You see, I'm not there yet, but I can see it. But the whole time, I'm still pushing. I'm still hitting every step on the elliptical. I'm still going. Just because I can't see it, I'm not allowing it to discourage me. I'm not holding up. I'm not pausing. I'm not taking a break because I know even though I can't see it with my eyes, I see it in my mind. And if I can see it, I know I can achieve it. All I got to do is believe it. And I got to keep going. I got to keep pushing. But if you don't keep going and if you don't keep pushing, you're going to continue to slowly slide back. And then your mind is going to begin to take control of you instead of you having control of your mind. And if you're listening to this right now, I don't care where you are, I want you to speak out and say, this is my mind. And say it, I'm for real. This is my mind. I own my mind. My mind is my gift. I am not my mind's body. I am not my mind's gift. You have to speak these things. Because the power of life and death is in the tongue. The power of life The power of positivity, the power to cultivate and shape your mind is already inside of you. You have the power. And if you continue just to ease back and you start to let up on your goals, that little neglect is going to start to birth other neglects. But when you begin to speak positive to yourself and you speak the positive affirmations and you speak the positive and you put action into those positive thinkings and positive speakings and you create new disciplines, one new discipline will give birth to another discipline and another discipline will give birth to another discipline, and you will be on it and you will be marching forth and you will be heading to all of your goals, and all you will know is victory. You have to continue. Delight yourself in the Lord. Once you delight yourself in the Lord, you are in line with the Lord, and then anything you desire is what he already desires for you, and you are going to achieve it. So all you will know is victory, but you have to keep pushing. You can't allow yourself to back up when things get tough. You can't allow yourself to back up when you can't see your goals. You can't allow yourself for the distractions to come in to go and put you outside and where you can't even see your goals. You see, a lot of times we allow distractions, all these distractions to come in, and we build our own wall where we can't see our goal anymore. We put up our own walls because we allow distractions to come in. So you have to know and go back to the root and realize where it started, where it began. You have to uproot it. Don't just trim it off the top. You trim a weed off the top, it continues to grow in different areas, and they'll come up looking like different things because you have to get the root. Go back to the root of the issue. Go back to the root of the problem. Go back to the root of the challenge and overcome it. Rip it out. Begin to ask God, God, uproot this upside of me. Uproot all this drama. Uproot this trauma. Uproot this disappointment. Take it out of me so I can continue to go on to what I've been called to. I can be able to walk in my gift and bless the people and bless others. But it's never going to happen until you begin to take control of your mind, until you turn your negative ways of thinking into positive ways of thinking. You have to continue to push, even when you can't see it, because there comes times when it's not our fault. These distractions, we didn't allow them in, but sometimes life happens, and we have to continue to keep pushing even more then. When you can't see your target, you have to continue to envision it. But I'm here to tell you it's not a cakewalk. It's not easy. Anything worth keeping, anything worth achieving takes work. You can have a Hot Pocket out the microwave and it'll do you all right. It'll fill you up. But what's even better is when you get the dough and when you make the sauce and when you chop up the toppings and when you put them on the pizza and when you go and preheat the oven and then when you go and put it in the oven and then you let it cook for 45 and then you pull it out and then you cut it, and then not only is it now better and better quality, but now you have more and you're able to serve other people. You see, the hot pocket life is a selfish life. You just hook up yourself and you get what you want, and it's real quick, but it's never really nutritious. It's never really too good for you, and you're left wanting more. But when you take your time and you put the work in, you'll get the whole pizza. And now you're not going to just have enough for yourself, but you're going to have enough for others. You're going to be able to bless other people. And the person who blesses other people and gives is the person that continues to get back more. Because if you continue to bless others and help others, you're going to in turn continue to be blessed more in your own life. All this is possible. All this is waiting on you. You can do it. Consistency gets the victory, and your victory is waiting on you. But you can't get the victory without the battle. You can't get the testimony without the test. So when tough times come, don't back up. Don't back down. You've been created to be more than a conqueror. You haven't been created to just conquer the opposition. You've been created to be more than a conqueror. You've been created to rule. You've been created to be great. So choose greatness, because greatness chose you. But always remember that you cannot get the change you want until you change yourself. Y'all got it. Warriors, let's go.